Thank you for stopping by today. And in today's discussion, we are going to discuss about how healthcare experts can position and market themselves correctly in such an emerging era, and that is AI. So, if you're seeing us for the first time, I am Nima Kumari, who lead the strategic operations in Internet Nayak, and he's Shivan Raha, who is the founder of Internet Nayak. And in Internet Nayak, we help the health experts to become the most trusted brand in the market. So, Shivan, to get started with, if you could just take us how the consumer, or sorry, the patient
Yeah.
behavior is
Mhm.
in this era, in this AI era, like how is it evolved or how is it changing? If you could just get started with that.
That's a great question actually, because we need to understand multiple things, that what has happened and how is it happening and
Right.
how is it evolving. So to answer this question, if we just go back 2 to 3 decades, then patients, or specifically people, how their journey was around information, that they would go to some expert, in this case a health expert or a doctor,
Right.
and maybe they'll discuss their problems with them, and from there their discovery around the problem started, which changed a bit with the advent of internet and with the advent of search engines, when they started typing the keywords and searching their own symptoms, and started to discover on their own by reading various sources on internet. But now, since the introduction of AI is very much evident across
Right.
everywhere, and everywhere is very much it is very much visible actually. So these large language models, or the AI chatbots, right?
Right.
So they are pretty much like, it gives you an experience that you're chatting with someone, right?
Hmm.
So the major change or the shift in patient behavior that is happening is that they are trying to chat with AI, trying to discuss their own symptoms, their problems with AI, with a hope that they will get some sort of a guidance. Now, if
Right.
you would ask me, Shivan, put this in perspective for me, then the perspective would be, let's say there is a person who has a brain, a brain pain, like a pain in their this left side of the brain, and they are facing this pain for a pretty long period of time, and they know that like when they were a child they had a trauma, right? They had some sort of an accident, and that exact point pains. Now what they will try to do as of now, for the first point of discovery, it might not be an expert or a doctor or a neurosurgeon in this case, or a neurophysician in this case. The first point of discovery could be an AI, wherein he's trying to discuss his symptoms, then maybe giving the screenshots of the past reports, and trying to discover what exactly has happened to him or her, and what should be the next step of action they should take.
Right. Lovely. And also puts me to a question, follow up with the previous question and your answering to that.
Mhm.
Like, why are we even first, chatting with the AI bots with a diagnosis when we are just supposed to go to a doctor? Correct. So this is
Yeah,
such a basic that.
I totally get your question and from where you are coming, because we are aware that if it's a medical problem, we need to go to a doctor.
Right.
But still, we want to know everything, right? That is actually very much has to do with being human, because if I talk on a species level in earth, then we are the most advanced species, right? But we don't have the most advanced strength. If we just, like, if you take one category of every survival instincts, could it be strength, or could it be survival capabilities, or like the capability of like climbing a tree or something. As humans, we don't excel at anything, right? Just but we excel at making reasoning, right? And that's the reason we have been able to rule this planet as of now, right? We are the most advanced species. All this has happened because of curiosity. That is a
Lovely.
baseline human behavior, and because of this baseline human behavior, which is curiosity, uh, and with the access of such a huge load of information just on your mobile, this is leading to this sort of a behavior, and which is a big shift actually.
That's an amazing perspective. So just tell me one thing. If a healthcare expert wants to navigate through this process? Like, if you could just walk me through it, how it would look like.
Yeah, sure. I'll answer this question for this video for our viewers, but I'm pretty much sure that a lot of top 1% healthcare experts and doctors are gonna hate me for this.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, there is an hidden concept that is known by the name of point of contact or point of influence,
Hmm.
right? So, 95% of health experts who are marketing themselves, they are marketing at point of contact. And only 5% who are the top 5% or maybe the top 1%, they understand this shift and they are marketing at point of influence.
Okay.
And this shift that's happening in the consumer behavior because of the introduction of AI and all tech and everything, that's how marketing is shifting. Now, the more you would market towards the point of influence, that is the way how you would be able to attract more people or more patients towards you.
Wow. I mean, the kind of statistics that you're mentioning as well, that's like huge, correct? And I would want to know more, like, how is it to be at this one end of point of contact and the other end of point of influence, and how these two kind of, marketing actually works.
Yeah, so how it happens is it's the difference is very much subtle actually, and what happens is when health experts think of marketing, yes, visibility is a big part of it. You have to be visible, but how you are visible is making the whole difference. So let's get back to the example of that guy who was searching for the neurosurgeon
Right.
who specializes in trauma handling. Let's get back to that example. So they discovered that they need this sort of an expert, right? Now once they discovered, that's their discovery, so most probably that person would go by their own discovery, right? Now let's say in that same city there are two neurophysicians who are doing a lot of marketing and visibility exercises, right? Could be through social media ads, could be through paper ads, radio ads, doesn't matters, right? It is visibility that they are doing. Now, one of the neurosurgeons who likes to call them brain and spine specialist, right? They are doing a lot of ads which talk about maybe booking a consultation or maybe giving them some sort of a free deal or things like that, right? And there is another neurophysician who has gone through their experience, understood that they have treated more trauma patients and less of other variants of patients. So they lead in that category by calling themselves a neurophysician who deals in trauma cases, something
Hmm.
like that, right? And they are doing a lot of marketing. They are also doing a lot of visibility exercises or marketing, however you want to address it. But everything is devised around educating the people, and that education for their social media ads could be take this checklist of 10 things that you should tick mark before going for a neurosurgery, take this checklist of 10 things if you want to go for your next neuro consultation, whatever it could be, some sort of an education they are doing. Both of them are doing visibility or marketing, but the subtle difference is this brain and spine guy, they are trying to push the customers towards a contact, towards their point of contact, right? And
Understood.
that point of contact is a consultation that's going to happen between them, right? And nothing wrong with this guy. You're an health expert, you're a doctor, you're not supposed to know these subtle differences, right? Your marketing consultant needs to tell that, right? So their marketing, the whole marketing revolves around, or the whole visibility revolves around book a consultation, book a consultation, book a free deal, right? So everything is pushing towards the point of contact, but the other guy is working on the influence part. What they are doing is they are educating the people, they are forming their communities, they are forming their own name, right, in their visibility. That's how they are influencing the decisions. So the natural outcome of that influence is the consultation that they would get or a referral that they would get.
Oh.
So they are marketing at the point of influence where the person would get influenced, or their
Got it.
decision would be influenced, and they are marketing at the point of contact where their every communication is trying to push them towards the contact. This is a subtle difference.
Wow. I mean, for the viewers, this is such a golden perspective, I can say, where the subtle changes not everyone tend to, understand.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if correct me if I'm wrong, like the model that you've spoken about, the kind of two approaches,
yeah,
correct? So one kind of it is like the marketing is pushing
yeah.
you.
It's push,
Yeah.
push, push. Point
Yeah.
of contact
Yeah.
marketing.
And
Yeah,
the second one is mostly like how you're
attract,
building and also you
attract.
attract through developing that trust as well,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's very interesting. So to end with, Shivan, what is that one takeaway with this whole discussion that you would want our viewers to,
Remember out of
remember
it.
about it?
And just to put everything in one perspective and in just one sentence, what I would do, what I would do in your place is like the question that I would ask myself if I were you're at your place is like, yes, visibility is important. I need to do visibility. It's like 20th century and people need to know my face, my expertise. But the question that you need to ask yourself, does the language in that visibility is pushing towards a quick win that would happen in next 2 3 months, or is it building your legacy which would remain for decades to come? That is the thing that would decide what sort of a trust you would gain in your own vicinity, in your own market.
Thank you. That was really insightful, and it was amazing having you today.
Thank you so much for having this discussion for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.